Alright, welcome back to Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill. Anime review, episode number 4. We're reviewing episodes 9 and 10 for the series. Yep, 9 and 10. Excuse me. So, basically, he tries to register the guild, but his exit thing. It turns out basically he had to accept a quest to get himself promoted, because basically he goes on the Goblin quest in episode 9, and all he has to do is kill 3 goblins. Okay, and they found 3 goblins, no problem. And then there's some shouting, and of course, badly, Sui is one who kills him. And then a whole freaking settlement shows up, so Sui and Fel proceed to kill the entire goblin settlement. And in order to get basically a reward, they have to remove their ears, probably like one of them. And he's like so sad and wimpy. And after that he hands up the guild like so many. And then he's called into the guildmaster office by the guildmaster name is William. And he's voiced by Christopher Sabat in, for me, the 47th anime I've seen this guy in. Like, damn, Nick, some viewers like, really, Nick? That's a lot of anime for one voice actor. 47. Monogoria was not far behind. Yeah. So, basically, because of this, he gets promoted to C rank. Also exchanging some quests that remain unfulfilled. So, you get a chance to butcher some monsters, like, a couple different times, purely because basically some will shock people. So, after the first one, you get those processed, and then he kills more, brings some more later. Actually, the 2 quests. So, first was a Mithril Dragon. Actually, it was a Metal Lizard. And then, of course, they had to go hunt down some Red Bulls. Yeah, basically it's called Red Bulls. Basically, bulls with red horns. So they had to go hunt them down. And Vel's like, Red Bull's meat tastes good. And William's like, your familiar's got good taste in meat. So they look for the Metal Lizard and find him in a Mithril mine. So it becomes a Mithril Lizard. And he's killed way too easily by Fel. And then they go find the cows. Which, of course, basically he wanted me so badly. So it's like, okay, finish that quest. Let's go do the other one. And then they find them. And then Fel and Sui proceed to kill all the cows. A whole lot of them. And then he brings back the Mithril Lizard to the guild, the butcher's office. He's like, oh my gosh, one of these things I've been seeing in 400 years. Damn. This guy hand up basically to the city lord. He'll offer the king as tribute. Oh, by the way, because the fact Fel's in the country, it has been arranged that the royal family nobles will leave them alone. Probably because the last country they went to, they wanted to work for them. He's like, cool. He gets himself as basically his C rank venture. He skips basically 2 ranks, goes right from G to C. And he's like, okay, so now I gotta do it. Like, oh crap, they're all the freaking cows. And of course, Hatami goes to freaking guild. And then after all that processing, he gets paid 2,000 gold pieces. He, of course, later on gets himself some new equipment. He gets a new bag for Sui. He gets new shoes. He also gets a belt, basically, for his knife, which later on he does in the other quest, which was really cool. So, they point out this is actually the biggest transaction they've ever done in the history of the guild. 2,000 gold pieces. I'm like, with that amount of money, you should buy yourself a house, dude. I mean, the nobles are not going to bother you. So, buy a house. You can afford it. I mean, I highly doubt, basically, that a house in this world will be that expensive. Oh, and the first time he went to the store, he went to get the the noob shoes, the bag, and the belt. He got it from the merchant, basically saved from episode 7, which I thought was really cool continuity there. But he did say, please be sure basically to, but next thing coming, you're gonna have to pay. Okay, perfectly fine. And then of course he thinks, oh crap, time for the blessing for the gods. And this is what he meets up with the other 3 goddesses in the series. He meets up with the fire goddess, fire, water, earth, and these other 3. And fire and earth, they give him their blessing, no problem. But water is like, yeah. So, or is like, okay, you have a blessing, and of course, And he's like, how about give Sue a blessing? How about give Sue that blessing? And she's like, yeah, like you give a major blessing. Well, I'll give many blessings. How's you 3 do? Yes, which is probably why their boss basically keeps scolding for it. So it's perfectly fine. And then of course, basically, it gets more powerful, which I thought was really cool. The fact that, oh yeah, and of course get more sweets. And then there's this really fun post-credit scene where you debut the merchant's wife, and she's voiced by Colleen Clickenbeard. Like, I knew that voice right away. I knew that was her. So, I had to take a head count of like, how many series now have I heard with Colleen Clickenbeard? Great voice actress, by the way, one of my personal favorites. And who I last saw at Make Orlando just back in February. Yep. This is overall the 35th anime I've seen with her in it. You think, wait, 35? Yeah, 35. Oh, and Jad Saxon? Also. Oh, Jade. Also 35 as well. In the case of Colleen, the last series I heard her in was Beginning After the End, which one of the last series I worked on. And before that was The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. For Jade, it was actually in Black Summoner. Yep. And by the way, for Sabbath, the last known series, actually my before because I forgot to put one on here, Dragon Ball Daima. Yeah, I think that was actually the last known anime I actually heard was Daima of all things. Yes, frickin' Daima. Let's see. Excuse me. As for Michelle Rodos, previously it was at 14, which of course before I made the list to get my coworker to hopefully get the Comic-Con. Currently sits at 15 right now, previously at 14. And the last series I heard her in that was new was The Legendary Hero is Dead. Yes, that was the last known anime basically I've heard in it. You're like, really? Yeah, really. Yeah, this should be interesting. Yep. But not much else to say about basically this show so far. Still enjoying it. And I have roughly 2 more episodes left to go. But it's going to have to wait till my 3 anime are finished up. That or I'll probably finish up tomorrow. And start my last anime before I go back to Gmon, okay? But you in this video. Bye.